Hello everyone and welcome back to Turner's Tutoring. I'm Mr. Turner and we are going to get started in our math practice today. Today is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be more of vocabulary and learning the vocabulary side and what these things are as opposed to doing practice problems specifically. That being said, we're going to be working on lines, and then a little bit later we're going to be working on angles. So let's go ahead and get into the definitions of lines.
Choose the definition which describes what you see in the picture.
So this is just a point. So if I look at the definition, an exact position in a space.
A point is an exact position in a space.
This is a line. It continues from one side all the way to the other side all the way, and we know this by the arrows pointing in each direction.
A line is a straight path of points that has no beginning or end.
This is a plane, endless two-dimensional surface. It is flat, that makes it 2D.
A plane is an endless two-dimensional surface.
And this is an angle. We see the angle is created with two lines that intersect, and we do the space that's in between them.
An angle is the figure that is formed when two lines meet. Points, lines, angles, and planes are important terms in geometry. Let's have a closer look at lines. There are different terms depending on whether a path of points has one ending point or two, and whether it is infinite or not.
Choose each of the pictures to learn more.
So we're going to go with this first one where it's one point, the other point, and a continual on just one side.
This is a ray. A ray starts at a fixed point and extends in another direction infinitely.
Two fixed points where the line ends at either side.
This is a line segment. A line segment is a part of a line bounded by two given endpoints.
And then now 2 points that make the line, but they continue infinitely on either side.
This is a line. A line is a straight, infinite path of points that has no beginning or end.
Which kind of line do you see in the picture? Choose the correct answer.
So we're going to practice this a little bit. We've got 1 point, the A, it starts, but there's nothing going to the opposite side. It goes to B and continues to the infinite. So that's a ray.
Ray. A ray is written with an arrow that points in one direction. For example, arrow above AB that points in one direction.
1 point and only in the middle, so that is a line segment.
Line segment. A line segment is written with a bar above the points. For example, bar above AB.
Continuing infinitely one direction and continuing infinitely the other direction is a line.
Line. A line is written with an arrow that points in both directions. For example, arrow above AB that points in both directions.
Drag the properties to the correct type of line.
The line has no endpoints. The line segment has 2 endpoints, and the ray has 1 endpoint. Infinite in one direction is a ray. Is not infinite is a line segment. Infinite in both directions is a line. So is written like just this. The bar over it is a line segment. Both arrows is a line, and just one arrow is a ray. Excellent job, everybody. Let's go ahead and get into the angles practice working with the definitions.
Choose the picture that shows an angle.
This one right here.
These two rays meet and form an angle. When two line segments or rays meet, they form angles. Depending on how they meet, angles can be narrow or wide.
Choose each picture to learn more about the types of angles.
Let's start with this one.
This is a straight angle. A straight angle forms an ongoing line. This is a right angle. Right angles are formed when the two meeting line segments are perpendicular.
Perpendicular, and you could draw a box to show that it's a 90-degree angle.
This is an obtuse angle. Obtuse angles are broad and wider than right angles. This is an acute angle. Acute angles are formed when the two line segments lie close to each other. Acute angles are smaller than right angles.
Draw another line to form an acute angle. Draw another line to form a right angle.
Straight up.
Draw another line to form an obtuse angle. Draw another line to form a straight angle.
Perfect. Good job,
Yeah,
everybody.
You rock.
Thank you for joining me. We did both lines and angles, the introduction to both of those, and working on our math vocabulary for that. I'm Mr. Turner with Turner's Tutoring. If you benefited from this video, please like the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and one more invitation to share the channel with anybody that might benefit from it. Thank you once again for joining me for some math practice, and I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your week.